Morning, good morning, good morning. It is 8 o'clock. Let me just make this go live. There we go. Take that off there. You go away. There we go. We are live wherever we're meant to be. I think we're live in 3 places. Good morning. I am just going to moderate. Oh, amazing humans. Good morning, Terry. Good morning. Please share this space. It is International Day of Colour. I'm going to moderate you, my love. There we go. We're here. Good morning, Matt. You're welcome to come up. Good morning, Alexia. You're welcome to come up. It's amazing. It's International Day of Colour, and we are live on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitch and where else? I'm just rubbing some oil in, and I look a bit shiny, and YouTube. So we are live in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places, and I am grateful for you today. This camera is just about to power off, and I don't understand why. Oh, don't we just love it when we have technical glitches? There we go. There we go. How do we press record? Thank you. There we are. And we are on record. We are here and we're live. There I am, fiddling with my cameras when I should be here, looking at this camera and not looking at that camera. But anyway, I am here and I am MJ and you are here and we are together. Andrew, do feel free to come up. We will be starting in a couple of minutes. It's good to see you all this morning. Please share the space out. Let's make a noise. Let's get ourselves back into the Clubhouse move, because actually, I'll be honest, it's more accessible than the other one, which I won't talk about at the moment. It's more accessible than all of them, to be honest. So I like to keep it open for everybody. Those that can't see, those that can't hear, and those of us that find it difficult to mute, unmute, move ourselves onto the stage and off the stage. We used to be able to mute people. We can't anymore. There was a time that we could. I have asked Clubhouse, I've asked Paul to pop it back because it would be really helpful. Not because I want you to shut up, just because for some people it's really hard to mute and unmute. So if we can help people with that, I'd be grateful. So I'm Mandy Jane, and you're probably looking at me quite differently today because you're either looking at me at this angle or you're looking at me at this angle. And to be honest, now both exist. It's a bit strange. I'm having my studio set back up next week with my team, and I'm just playing around with the energy of where I am. I'm also going to turn my Omeo off. Oh, did you hear that? Sounds like R2D2, doesn't it? Sounds like it when it starts up as well. And for those of you that can see me from this angle, which not many of you can, because it's not streaming yet, but it will do later, you can see that I am actually on my Omeo. I think on my Omeo, not in my Omeo. I am on my Omeo. It's much more like a throne than it is like a thing that encapsulates me. Thank you, Andrew. Yeah, it's more like a throne. It's like a deep pink throne. So yeah, and it is quite a beautiful colour. It's deep pink, the same colour actually as the background here live on the interweb. If you look at that pink there, it's like that deeper one here on the bottom. So there we are. That's the throne I'm sitting on this morning, and we're talking actually all about colour. How useful is that? Oh, Jude's here. Hey, long time no speak. For about the last 30 seconds. I made it. I made it. I made it. Wherefore out there, Romeo. I've my Romeo is here. I've been Romeoing in my Omeo in, and it was a Lomeo, but it's no longer a Romeo or a Lomeo. It's an Omeo. It's my Omeo. It's my beautiful Omeo. And I have to say that there are now lots and lots of people. We're totaling. We're going to be on to 100 very shortly. 100 people that we've provided an Omeo with in the last year. You can't get that if you haven't got your teeth in straight, can you? So yes, we are talking all day colour. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because it's all about colour everywhere, actually. Um, and what do I mean by that? Well, I'll tell you in a minute. You'll look at the notes, because I'll tell you what, I've got some sick notes that I've made this morning. Because I've really, really explored this. I haven't just explored it, I've practiced it this morning. And I think we're probably going to do a little practice at some point, because I really feel that whether we've got the music in the background or we haven't, I think it's probably a good idea that we have a go. I might be able to even bring up some music. You never know. You never know. Anyway, let's get on with it. We are celebrating International Colour. It's National Colour Day. I'm going to call it International Colour Day, but it's actually National Colour Day in the USA. And why am I talking about the USA when I'm in Wales and we're talking pretty much in England? Well, this is a global platform. Everybody all over the world gets to look at this. So whether it's Uganda, whether it's Australia, whether it's America, or whether it's Wales, they are important days. So today is the National Colour Day in the USA, and we're going to explore how colour can bring more to your life and how we can bring colour into our lives, because actually we all need colour in our lives. Why do we need colour in our lives? Well, we know what colour does, right? Do we? I'll tell you. It plays a powerful role in shaping our moods. It really does. And when you understand why it boosts productivity, why it influences our behaviour, why it influences our mood, it'll make sense to you. It's never made sense to me until I knew these things. So we can use colour to uplift us. There are colour therapists. There are people who come out and organise your wardrobe according to the colour of your psyche. They can work out what your favourite colour is, what your auric colour is, and then they can give you a range of colours to work with your mood, uplift your mood, and influence you, whether you're at work or at home or just within yourself. Colour has an impact. Now, I'm wearing something very colourful today. It's a grey dress, but the colours around the collar are, well, I would say they're quite Native American. They're earthy colours. They're stripes of colours, and they wrap around my throat chakra, and they influence how I feel. Now, today, why are we here? Well, I'll tell you why, because between now and Christmas, we've got all sorts of colour festivals. You might know some. The Festival of Light, which is celebrated across all sorts of cultures and traditions. And then Diwali and Hanukkah, and of course Christmas. It's always colourful. We wrap our Christmas trees in coloured lights, and we wrap our towns and our cities and our landscapes in colour, as if there isn't enough in the world already. We bring more into the night. And I actually have a string of coloured lights, big lights, big circle, a ball, a sphere, spherical lights on my balcony, which I had from last Christmas, and I put here deliberately when I moved in, so I know which of the balconies is, because on the night when I go out to the gallery where we had our event, then I can see my balcony shining bright, whether it's summer or winter, across the darkness. This time of year also holds a significance for the natural world, that one I've just alluded to with the colours around my neck, and the human psyche, and our need to embrace colour both inwardly and outwardly, to find our light, our internal light, in times of perceived darkness. And some of us might be going through a period of what we see as darkness right now, literally and spiritually, at this time of year. Well, this is why colour is so important. At a metaphysical level, so beyond what we can know, but to do with our body, so bigger than our physicality, metaphysical, colour and light are deeply connected, because colours are just the visible spectrum of light. All colours together create white light. So white light is split, and when it's split, we see colour. Each colour we see represents a different wavelength. We're seeing light at its different length, so we see it at a different colour to each other. Colours aren't something that we just see. They're not just there. Colours are the manifestation of light energy. Now, you might find it difficult to believe, but that's okay. Let your thinking brain just go to sleep for a minute, where I'd like you to sit your brain in your brain, where I'd like you to sit in your brain, because you can sit in your brain, right? If I get you to think about your chakra here, your in your forehead here, where that little delve is, if I get you to take your attention to that bit where you're behind your eyes and looking out from behind your eyes, you're just behind your eyes. Think about it now. Think about looking out from behind your from behind your eyes, and then just sit back a bit into the middle, just a bit back a bit, so you're sitting in the middle of your head, and keep your awareness there. Hearing this then will resonate just a little deeper, because it resonates with your internal mechanism for navigating what you know. And you know when your belly feels soft and there's a smile on your face, that what you're hearing and what you're feeling and what you know are aligned. And when they are, well, magic happens. These vibrations that we feel and sense and know and experience come from the understanding that everything is energy. Each colour we know, and I can evidence, carries significantly different and distinct qualities that resonate with different aspects of our emotions, our thoughts and our states. For example, red is a colour of action, of energizing, of survival, of passion, of physical energy. When you think about red in your belly, it comes up from your root chakra, from the base of your spine. It comes up and it fills your belly with heat, right? With awareness, with expansion. Blue, well, what does it make you feel? Calm. The water. Blue's to do with the throat chakra that I talked about. Our communication, our spiritual energy, and those that are watching me will see I actually have oil just right here, opening up my throat chakra. And yellow radiates mental clarity, optimism, and personal power. Light is both physical and spiritual. It's pure energy. It allows us to perceive the world esoterically, so beyond our physical, beyond our emotional actually, and into our esoterical, into sitting in the middle of our minds. Now, if you sit back a bit, even from the middle, if you sit back a bit and up towards the back of your mind, the top quarter where I'm tapping now, just at the back, where you'd have got a clout on the back of the head by your mum if you were born in the 70s or the 60s. There. If you can put your awareness there and just sit back and up, let back sitting on a shelf in your mind, then you will understand more about the truth of colour and light and connection, and the fact that colour is a force of enlightenment and of consciousness, and that the Festival of Light, for example, what does it stand for? Well, it stands for truth, awareness and divine energy. That's why lights and candles and lanterns are lit at this festival. It's not just the symbolism of colour, of light. It's embodying our inner energy, and it's our desire what? Well, at this time of year, to transcend the darkness, like the colours on my balcony, transcending the darkness, transcending the sameness of every other balcony, and highlighting the colours within me. It's also transcending ignorance and inertia, because red or all of the other colours are action, and action isn't inertia, it's the opposite. So when we engage with light, we engage with the light energy force itself. We engage with the I am. Light is the life-giving source for plants and circadian rhythms and well, cosmic energy. It's the vital force, what they call prana, or in other traditions, our Holy Spirit. Energy is the foundation of existence, and in quantum physics, it's even more important. That's right. Energy is even more important. Transcending darkness is even more important in quantum physics. Because every thought and emotion and action and interaction that we experience has an energetic counterpart. It does. Everything is energy. And we are, well, part of this vast interconnected energy web. And when you can tap into that energy web, you have untold potential. Light and energy are inseparable, right? We've said that. Colour is an expression of light, and the threads of the grand tapestry of this universe weave together to create vibrational energy. In the Festival of Light, in all of them actually, it is about reflecting the light within us. Everything we have is already within us, ready to come out. And these festivals help us feed into that esoterical power. There's dancing, there's music, there's noise, there's all of that. That's my amazing bracelet that helps me with my energy work. So I would say that today it would be really good to do an energy reset. So I'm going to. We're not going to have any music, but you might want to put your own on. You're welcome to. You could put your own airy fairy angel music on. You could put your stereo on, but if you're on the phone, you can't really do two at once. Although you could. You might play something in the background. Clubhouse will still be here. I believe it's possible. But either way, we're going to spend 5 minutes before we all talk just grounding ourselves and putting ourselves in those places that we talked about, just behind the eye. Just behind the eyes, just in the middle of our mind, and then just seated back and up a little. So first of all, make sure you're comfortable. Make sure you're in a good place. Seated comfortably, either on the chair or on the floor. Talked to Jew this morning about being on the floor. He only puts himself on the floor sometimes, accidentally, not on purpose. And if you're seated, close your eyes. I won't do that. And take a few breaths. In through your nose and out through your mouth. With each exhale, feel your body relaxing a little more now. I like to tap when I'm doing it. At the top of the head on the crown chakra, just a couple of fingers, nice and lightly. And on the middle, where our third eye is, just gently, a couple of fingers. And on the side of our eye, it's where your glasses go. I sometimes put my glasses up to do that. Remember the breath. And under the eyes, either side. For those that are watching, you get a video of this. For those that are listening, just in the middle, a couple of fingers, just under the eye, above your cheekbones, where the bones are. And now on the collarbone, those two pointy bits, just where your shoulders are in front of you, where you'd hit your chest if you're a monkey, but just a couple of fingers on the collarbones, all you need. And then again, as you're remembering to breathe as a monkey, under your arms, just where your hands, if you put your hands up, and then just touch either side next to your boobs. Feel the energy drain down into the earth, relaxing, and then the back side of your hands, just tapping on your palm, the side of your hands, as if you were doing a karate chop gently on your own hand. Just feel the energy drain from your root chakra into the earth. And breathe. That softens the muscles and grounds you in this moment. I feel much more settled. Bring your awareness into this present moment and set an intention for these next few minutes. An intention for your day, or a goal, or a project that you haven't finished, or an area in your life that you'd like to take action. And let this intention form clearly in your mind, but don't force it, right? Just simply observe in the middle of your mind what comes up for you. So let's begin. Not even begun yet. I'd like to visualize a soft white light. You know those that you get when you get those bulbs and you can change your light. Change it to a soft white light glowing at the base of your spine. If you point down to your in-betweeny bits, it's just a bit behind, like your perineum, between your bum and your bits. Right down there, feel there. Feel the warmth there. Feel the energy you have down there. That's where your kundalini is. That's where your coiled energy of you is, hiding there. And as you inhale, imagine that white light growing brighter and more powerful. And with each breath, see this white light transforming into, from white to cream to pink to red. And let that red light, the stronger you imagine, the stronger the red will become, the more the red will become vibrant. Imagine this red light pulsing with energy, pulsing with your heartbeat and expanding upward and into your body, into your tummy. This is the colour of action. Feel your tummy softening. Its strength and physical vitality. It grounds us. You can feel it coming up through your legs, from the roots into your belly and up towards your heart. Red energy into your heart, glowing within you. It fuels our passion. It awakens our drive. It starts to unravel that kundalini that we can feel deep inside us. And as you breathe, repeat, I am energized. I am in motion. I manifest this action with my purpose. This red light is fortifying your spirit. It's filling you with boldness and courage. Courage to speak on this stage. Courage to face any action. Courage to admit what it is that you want to happen. Not just to you, but to those around you. And courage to face any of those challenges that you feel you have, that you sense are there. Sense the light inspiring you to move forward. The excitement in your tummy. Breaking free from that procrastination. You've probably already got ideas in your head as to what you're going to do. There's no more hesitation. This is your signal today to act and step towards your goal. Let that red energy drive your passion. What was it that you thought of? What excites you? What drives you? Breathe in that intensity and let it invigorate you. This powerful red light flowing through your body. Now imagine taking action towards that intention. Visualize yourself taking confident decisions, moving through your day with purpose and overcoming any obstacles. Feel how natural and energized this feels as the red light is guiding every step. In your mind, see red colour manifesting all around you, in your environment. Imagine that you are glowing with the aura that protects and energizes and motivates you throughout the day. And as you continue to remember to breathe deeply, affirm this truth to yourself. I am a force of action. I manifest my goals with clarity and purpose, and I trust my own power. Let this light expand beyond all of our physical bodies, filling the room and stretching out to the entire world, to the universe, knowing that this energy is yours to wake up within you and share and carry and tap into forward thinking whenever you want to. It's ours, together. Now, bring that awareness back in from outside your body. Gently disconnect from everywhere in the universe and everyone that you're thinking about, and bring that energy back within you, back to your breath. Now you can feel that energy coursing through your body, the strength and the courage that you've cultivated, and the red light that's surrounding you, the energy ball that you have protecting you. Take a few more deep breaths. Inhaling energy and exhaling your gratitude. It's palpable, isn't it? Maybe one more. I'm a little bit greedy. You can't be greedy with energy, people. When you're ready, nobody can see when you're ready or when you're not. Gently open your eyes and just take a second to orientate even yourself in time and space. Where are you? I like to look for two objects, maybe the smallest square object you can see around you and the largest spherical object that you see around you. It just helps to bring yourself back and ground you into the reality of being back. So carry that red essence with you whenever you need motivation or courage. Visualize that red essence. My hands are burning now with the energy I've created, and just know that that is at your fingertips. I literally, when I feel that, I literally heal myself with my own energy. And you can put your arms around you and give yourself a big hug, a squeeze. Put your arms like you're folding your arms and just give yourself a squeeze. Know that you are loved, 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 loved by yourself and by the universe and everybody in it. Feel the energy of this group hugging you like I'm hugging you now, and know that you are loved. Look, you don't have to just use red. It's great. Come back in the room. You stop hugging yourself if you want to. You could just carry on while I'm talking. Just giving yourself a big cuddle, even rubbing your arms up and down like you would. Yeah. And stroking your cheeks like you would a newborn baby. Knowing that you're the baby. You're the beautiful newborn baby into knowing where your kundalini lies. You're a kundalini virgin, maybe. And if you are, well, I don't mind taking your virginity. You took it, not me. Listen, you don't need to just use a very, very powerful red energy. You don't. But I like to play with it. I like to play with red energy because each colour has got a unique vibration and unique frequency. But we know that, right? We know that red is about manifesting our actions and our courage, and that's why I used it this morning, because for those that have just intentionalized something, red is a really good card, a really good colour for going hard. There we go. I seem to be thinking ahead this morning. And that red energy really does help action. However, if you really want to talk about joy, then maybe orange is a colour in your sacral chakra, just in the bottom of your tummy. Imagining orange in your tummy is very loving and warm and creates a joy. And we can move on. Yellow is just above your belly button, your solar plexus. Imagine a bright yellow light that sharpens your self-worth and your focus. Green in your heart. Weirdly, green is the colour of your heart. That's why Alexia is the earth healer. She's an earth angel. That's our heart chakra. And that green light, when it flows through us, is soothing and nourishing like the earth. It's healing and it's balancing. And it connects you to nature and to unconditional positive compassion. Imagine in your heart, I manifest healing, love and balance. Just holding your hands to your heart and saying, I manifest healing, love and balance, and imagining a green light is so empowering. And then blue, the blue light of your throat, your throat chakra. When you imagine blue light in your throat, from your throat, emanating from your throat, it releases that which we can't speak. It helps us speak our inner voice. This energy clears the blocks in the throat. It empowers the voice and it helps with the truth of our communication and a calm expression. I've used both oil and the manifestation of blue light over and through my throat today, so that I can manifest truth and communication with ease. And a really important one, an indigo light. Indigo light is between the eyes, on the eyebrow, between the eyebrows, your third eye. Indigo light, a soft purple light, glows in this area, enhancing our spiritual insight. It's the colour of wisdom. It's the colour of inner knowing and of deep perception. Imagine in your third eye, I manifest intuition and wisdom with trust, because our third eye knows. And finally, or not just before the white one, the violet energy comes through our crown chakra, our halo. The violet energy of the universe, the universal energy, pours in when our light chakra, our crown chakra, has been enlightened. And if you don't feel your crown chakra, then give your head a little tap, gently, like rain tapping on your forehead, on your head. You might be able to hear me doing that, tapping with your fingers, like you're tapping on a table. And say, I manifest spiritual growth and transformation. Just this part is actually a part where one of your energy centers lies, your reflexology point, where your head came together as a baby. And just by tapping, you can feel a little bit dizzy, a little bit woozy, a little bit energetically filling. Well, it's the energy from the universe. And when we put the spectrum of white and pink and orange together, they create purity and love and creativity and joy. So imagining pink and orange and white is something I do very often, like the colours in a rainbow. I put them together and I hold them in a scarf, actually, an imaginary scarf in my hand, and I whip that scarf around me and cover myself in love and creativity and joy. And finally, white. When we imagine white energy coming into us from the universe and then filling us up and coming back over the top, because it comes up and back and round over the back of your head, back down, and imagine it coming up and then coming out of your crown chakra all over, and we know what that's like, shooting out in a fountain all the way around, illuminating every single cell with purity and clarity. It cleanses our negativity. Even if you can't feel it, don't worry, you can't do it wrong. No matter what you do or you don't feel, just intentional is important, because as you unblock your energy, then you start to feel these vibrations so much clearer. And when you are visualizing white light, I manifest clarity and protection. I'm surrounded by peace and light. I can go on to pink and say it's about tenderness and love, and we can talk about orange again, creativity and joy and vitality. Putting those together is powerful, but the greatest of all for me, and not very many people talk about this when they talk about manifesting colour, is a rainbow meditation. And I think that everybody in the world should know about the rainbow meditation. As you move through the colours, all the ones that we've talked about, and you take them from your base chakra, where your kundalini sits, all the way up your sacral, your heart, your throat, your head, your crown. Knowing each of those colours brings a unique intention, means that all of them are important, including the red one, right? Starting with that, saying I am grounded, and then I am creative, and then I am confident, and then I am love, and I am heard, I am intuitive, and I am connected. The white light is integrative. It integrates every other colour that we find within us. And now we are aligned to the full spectrum of the rainbow. We carry within us an element of each strand of light, which is going to help us manifest our intentions with clarity and love and purpose. Do you know, colour is the most fantastic form of light energy. And when you look around and realise that what you're seeing is light, just in its separated forms, we realise that everything is energy. This desk, this computer, this body of mine, everything is energy and everything is me. We are not disconnected. And I want you today to think about the International Day of Colour, because it isn't just the States that needs to think about colour, it's the whole world. And I've never been to a colour festival, but I intend to this year, because I want to throw colour around. I want to see visually what I see in my mind's eye when I play with energy. And I'd love to know this morning what you do when you play with energy, whether you're even aware of your own energy, and whether you've learned how to move your energy, because I've got a bit of a story just before I come to speak to those on the stage, and I can't wait. Please do come up. Hey, Andy. Hey, everyone. Camilla and Claire and everyone on the stage. It's great to see you. Please do come up while I just finish off with this very, very small story. When I died in 2019, I went to heaven. My version of heaven. Whether or not you believe that it was my brain dying, I don't mind. You can believe what you like. You're entitled. I love and honour you anyway, whatever you believe or don't, because it's yours, right? And my experience was that I went to heaven, and my heaven is energy. There weren't people walking about and lions and a god on a heaven. There wasn't a god on a throne. I didn't meet the three angels at the entrance. It wasn't a physical manifestation of this reality. My heaven's very different. My heaven is energy. Now, I see energy when I close my eyes. You know, when you squeeze and you push your hands against your eyes when you were young and you just kept pressing, and eventually don't do it at home, but eventually, as I'm doing right now, because you shouldn't, don't do this, only do what I don't do what I say, don't do what I do what I say. Don't do this. When you press, your eyes start getting light colours, and actually as a child I probably did that a bit too much. I was worried that maybe that's why I wear glasses, but I don't think it is. Those colours are what I see. And when I died, that was how it was. Everything was energy and everything was me and everything was fine, and I knew that I was connected. But you know, there wasn't a manual. So I could speak in heaven. I could say to myself, with myself, to everything, because I am everything. So how does this work? And the answer I received back, which is called intuition, and I now speak with it regularly, every day, all the day. I regularly speak with my intuition. You'll see me pointing to it right now. It's there. It manifests. I said, well, how do I move? Here I am, but I can't move. And it said, well, there's no manual. I'm like, well, what's the point in being here then if there's no manual? What do you mean there's no manual? How am I going to work out what to do if there's no manual? Well, you shouldn't be here if you don't know what to do. Well, I am, I said. And the voice back said, well, I can't tell you how to move, because if you were meant to be here, you'd know already. And I came home, back to my body. Now, if that had happened once, maybe I could say, okay, yeah, it was just a thing. But 3 times it's happened now, and each time everything is fine. I know the children are fine. I know my family's fine. I know my loved ones are disappointed that, you know, they've probably got things to do, but it's all fine. It's fine. It is. It's sad, but it's fine. Only sad for them because I'm no longer here. It's not sad for me. It's just sad, right? Because there's a change. But it's fine. I know the clarity of how great it is. I knew that feeling. The peace that surpasses all understanding is mine. I have it now. I brought it back with me. I can call in on it. I can drop in on it every time. I intuit every time. I call on my intuition every time. I can drop back to that place where I know everything is absolutely fantastic. But I didn't know how to move my energy, and I came back just to do that. Now it's the greatest thing that we can ever do. But when I came back, I was like, now I don't really know how to do this. Which is obviously why I came back. And for the last 4 years, I have been energetically investigating energy. And I have to say that I think I'm starting to get the manual. So we just have to be mindful of that, because what does that mean, folks? It probably means that it's perfectly fine for me to go back home. But until then, I'm going to play with energy in this space, in this place, and with these people because it's fun. So, happy, beautiful, outstanding new day. I have already gone on for 40 minutes. Can you even believe it? And I love you all. Happy, fantabulous Saturday. It is Saturday, the 19th of October, and we are in Belonging in Business, and we've been talking about the International, now I've made it, Day of Colour, and what colour means to be, and you, and everybody. And what it is and how we use it. And I'd love to help people dive much deeper into that. I seem to be speaking ahead of myself today. It's very exciting and very energetic. It's great to see everybody. I'm going to go in order, but I might go backwards today. I'm going to. Jew, are you there? Because I can.
I am.
I'm going backwards today. Is that okay?
Fine with me.
It's fine with me as well. So I think anyone that isn't fine with, well, just tell me. You can unmic and say, no, I want to go first, can't they, Jew?
No.
All right. All right, you go first then.
I've got my chance to speak, and I'm gonna take it.
I'm so excited.
Why are you excited?
Because I get to hear what you've got to say. And I read your cards this morning, and I know that you've got something fantastic inside you. Sorry.
Never apologize.
Okay. Oh, I love you.
Oh, I love you.
Good. Otherwise, it's unrequited love, and then we'd be in a pickle. What do you know about colour, if anything, apart from what I've told you? You're going to tell me you're a colour therapist.
Okay, I won't.
You won't what?
No, not a colour therapist.
No.
I used to be very black and white. And things fell into that colour category. But now, since I've become disabled, I see more colour. And I quite like it. It's quite nice. Can't really talk about it, but it is.
You can feel it though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't matter that we can't talk about it. We can feel it. That's what colour is for me. Do you know what? I think I'm laughing just because of all the red energy that I created during that meditation. But also because I feel your colour, right? I see the colour picture behind you that Matt's daughter did. And I see the colour coming into your life. even into your cheeks sometimes. Particularly when I'm sweary. I see you blush. I see the colour and I see the energy and I feel it. And I feel like we're about to break out, right? That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
I just feel like we're on the precipice of breaking out. I don't know why, but I do. I feel like we're just on a precipice. Do you feel that?
I do.
Yeah, I do, and I don't know where it's coming from. I think it's coming from you. You on a
Don't
precipice, are you?
Don't blame me.
I'll take the equal blame, shall I, for the precipice we're about to enter. Well, we're on it. You can't enter a precipice, you have to be on it, though. We're on it. I think we're on it together. I guess I better get to Andrew unless you've got anything else to say about how amazing colour is.
No,
Well, you're amazing.
thank you.
You're very welcome. Love you.
Love you.
Andrew, you there? I love you too.
Yeah, good morning, and I love you too.
Oh,
And
good, I love
am
you.
thinking about both the purple and the blue colours in particular.
Yes.
So on Wednesday, as I put in the chat, I got to meet Dean Beadle again, doing a talk, and he is so positive about kind of his Asperger's diagnosis, and it's always dispelling myths. And he was talking for an hour, and I used to go to quite a lot of talk before COVID in person, and people ramble and ramble. His 45 minutes went just like it was 3. And so that's a good sign. And also, in terms of the purple, where the purple comes in, by pure coincidence, he'd actually put green on his background on the slide. So for my dyslexia needs, that was really good as well.
Fantastic.
And, when people feel like they belong and empowered, and, if you've had a negative time, you have to learn to move forward. So, and, not be defined. So this morning I was up at 6:30 as usual, and then it was raining. I was like, oh God, I need to go and do the food shopping at Asda this morning because I'm saving up on their Christmas loyalty scheme, the points. So I've got £21, so I'm saved so far. So I'm quite happy with that.
Amazing.
So I was like, when it was raining, I was like, oh, should I leave it? And then I was thinking, well, no, come on, it's not too bad. And actually, well, I got through, and it's only 10 minutes away. And I thought, well, no, actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this, even if I have to slow down. I was driving a little bit slower than normal, but I've done it. I got my shopping. The lady gave me my free parking voucher. She said hello. She was friendly. And I got my reward points, and the prices in there are so much more cheaper than Sainsbury's. I think my bill was nearly £20 cheaper today than going to Sainsbury's, and Sainsbury's and Asda are about 2 minutes away from each other.
Exactly.
So yeah, and just also thinking about when people can learn that we can all collaborate. And one of the things that I've been keen to point out with students recently, although you get the translator tool in Read and Write and you might not use it whilst you're studying, well, why not take the opportunity to translate something from English into Spanish if you're going on holiday, or in French, for example, because there are 80 languages. So, and sometimes learning can be fun. And, it may be raining out there at the moment here, but it doesn't matter. I've got a student coming to see me at 9 o'clock, so I'm glad I didn't get to go now. And I've got a rep coming to show me about this new chairs they're bringing out. So a new reclining armchair, which is handy because my sofa's starting to go a bit funny. So hopefully, he'll give me a nice quote at 10 something. So yeah, just wishing everyone a lovely day.
Yeah,
So,
thank you. I'd like to hear about that armchair, please. That'd be amazing. I've got a
Well,
few
he's supposed
people.
to be sending me a brochure.
Thank
And
you.
the lady who rung me on the phone was very, very, upbeat. Oh yeah, but don't forget if you're not able to buy at the moment, the quote is valid for 6 months. So I was thinking, well, that's an incentive to try and put some money aside if it is going to do what it needs to do.
I've got an idea.
So, what?
Why don't I get you some coping strategy support with Access to Work and ask for it, because I can get it through Access to Work for you.
Oh, really? Well, I'll let you know how I get on later then.
Don't do it on your own. You won't get it on your own. But if you come through me, I can pretty much listen. It's very positive.
Great.
Yeah. So if you'd like some help, give us a shout.
I will.
All right, darling. It's good to see you. I'm glad that you're going to go and have some fun today. Enjoy your armchair. And I've got the sunshine today. I borrowed it for a bit. Matt, good morning. Are you there?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I am here. Wouldn't unmute. I had a wet thumb. It's quite normal. Bloody phone. Why doesn't it recognise a wet thumb? Anyway, next time I shall be prepared to make sure it's dry. Incredible room, incredible incredible humans in this space. As I've become used to this environment on a Saturday morning, and the power that you bring, and the knowledge and the wisdom and the enlightenment that you do to light up people's lives, right? And anyone that chooses to listen to this, there's so much in what you said, and the beautiful piece that you did that allowed us to go wherever we chose to in those moments and think about connection within and bringing the color alive inside of us and reaching inside and discovering that color, because you know what, we all walk around in darkness until we see the light. And I don't know about you, I was born in darkness. I kind of grew up in the womb in darkness, because I don't remember it, so it must have been dark. It must have just been lights out until the moment you popped out. And since then, my journey's been incredible, you know, absolutely incredible, filled with all sorts of crazy stuff. But color for me has really impacted my life over the years, because I've recognized its importance and its power, and learning about color through some of the weirdest streams, if you like, you know, like interior design, and how much emphasis there is on what color can do to you and how that makes you feel. They don't go into depth, but you know, they touch the surface of giving you that understanding, that deeper understanding of, well, this you know, yellow can really enhance your vibrance towards learning and feeling in that mood of, you know, I'm gonna grow, I'm here to grow, I'm here to be inspired, and that color, for instance. And this is just me growing up, and I've held on to all of this. Feng Shui, I studied quite a bit back in the days in my late 20s. Also, huge impact how much color influences our lives. And I think one of the keyest areas, listening to you speak this morning, what really came up for me was, as a child, when I first got introduced to the amazing film The Wizard of Oz. And for anyone that's seen the film would know that the film starts in black and white. And if you've never seen it before and it's your first time, you happen to be about 8 years old, I don't know anyone of a generation like younger than myself, let's say around the 14s, the 18s, the 22s, when I asked them about the film The Wizard of Oz, they all turn their nose up and go, well, that's scary. That film's really, really scary. And I'm like, okay, it's fascinating, right? What's scary about this film? Because I actually love the film. I think the messages in the film are fantastic, and I've grown up with that film, and I'd watch it every year, you know, and I'm really encouraging our children to get on the back of it. But what fascinates me is, what's scary about it? Well, for me, I think the scary part is the fact that it's black and white. And at that point where it's black and white, some of the most traumatic things can happen to you visually is seeing a house spin up in the air and you think everyone's going to get hurt. Oh my God, what's going on? There's so much going on in that event. But more importantly, it's in darkness. It's in a shade of not even a color, because as we know, black's not a color, right? But it's of that viewpoint that we see it. And so we think it's creepy, it's old, oh my God. And we've got so many negative connotations attached to those colours. What we see, that when it changes to full colour, it's confusing. And it's like, well, hang on a minute. And then I remember growing up, I had to ask myself, was that film black and white or was it colour? Do you know what I mean? So you find yourself on that pivotal point of trying to work out what's what in this movie. But the beautiful part of that movie is it does end up in colour. It was a dream, right? And ultimately, it's just one of those films that just uplifts you and gives you that sense of separation between how it started and how it ended. And the whole thing just connects at the end. And it's so beautiful. I'm really encouraging our children to detach from the fearful part and actually embrace the messages that lie within, because it is a fantastic film. And, you know, just to finish on this, over the last 20 years, I've worked with some incredible people. And I say incredible people, you know, these people, I got to work with them, and a couple of them I employed at the time, and they had suicidal tendencies, and they asked for help. They needed help, but fortunately for them, they was in a place where they had help. They just didn't even know it existed within the environment. And I sat with these people, great people, and one of the things that I identified with them was that they was living their day-to-day life in darkness. And I was so compelled to want to work with these people. I wasn't a specialist at all in this area. But you know what? I just felt compelled because when I was 17, I attempted to take my own life. And so anyone, when I hear anyone that's in this situation, and sadly, Liam Payne this week died of circumstances that haven't been kind of made clear yet, but we can all make sense of certain things that have happened. But, you know, I don't want to look into that so much. The sad, tragic thing is he's not with us anymore at such a young age of 31. And I worked with these people. And one thing that I keep finding, the kind of conclusion is, the pattern is, they all live in darkness. But one of the quickest fixes, not to their ongoing challenges, but one of the quickest fixes in order to make them see their challenges and start unlocking that door where they feel they're trapped behind, is introducing colour to their life. And it's something like breathing. Only when we stop breathing, it's taken away from us, do we realise we actually need to breathe. And it's the same with colour. Thinking in colour, living in colour, believing in colour, introducing colour, surrounding ourselves in colour really has a huge impact. So I think what you spoke about this morning is very profound, very important. It's going to wake up a lot of people's lives. Anyone listening to this will benefit. I know they will, because you know what? Like I said, we just don't go day to day living like, I love colour. Colour fascinating. Do you know what I mean? Oh, look at my lovely, you know, colour car or my colour laptop or whatever. You just don't. But it's such an important influence that surrounds us unconsciously. Anyway, love to you both, all of you.
Love you.
And I'll speak to you soon.
Love you, love you, love you, love you. And I love that. And I love the fact that you are an expert by experience, Matt. You're an expert by experience. And they're the most important experience experts ever, because they've lived it. All right? That's family, that's you. That's in your family, that's outside of your family, that's your loved ones, the people that you've worked with. I'm feeling a bit emotional. You are an expert by experience. Never ever let it be said that you're no expert in any area that you feel compelled to work with him, because you are, or you wouldn't be compelled. And I love you, and I love your humility, and I love the fact that you're a humble soul. But I also know that when we hide our light, we can't share our light. And I want you to share your light more and more and more, greater and greater and greater than that. Thank you. I agree. It's an important subject. I wouldn't be talking about it. I couldn't resonate with it, and I couldn't have enjoyed doing it. And you always know when I've enjoyed talking about a subject, because I just get a little bit excited. Alexia, I'm excited.
Well, it'd be miserable if you weren't, mate.
I want to say thank you for my food. I've had anchovies this morning.
Yeah.
She was like, why are you eating anchovies out of a tin? And I'm like, because they're nice. He's like, I can't do that, they're too strong. I'm like, look, but they're nice though. So I say thank you to the universe for my food, because we're not going to have some if we're not careful.
We are not, and I'm going to take this to the earth. Whether you're a religious person, whether you're a spiritual person, or whether you're not, go and look back in history. We've always, at this time of year, in Europe and in the countries that are now turning to winter, give gratitude for the food that the earth has produced for us. That's why they have the ceremonies in church. That's why they have all sorts of spiritual ceremonies that are done for different people who want to deal with that in a different way and don't feel they can deal with it in a religious way. I love the fact that you brought up colour today, because anybody who's really struggling in life and they think, yeah, I would like some support from somebody, but I can't afford to pay for it, you've got the answer. Use colour. Use your breathing. Use colour. If you're going to an interview for a job, use colour. So many ways it helps us in life. I've always struggled with my sight all my life, but I've only been diagnosed as partially sighted for coming up for 3.5 months. But with the support that I've had from the blind, I've understood light even more, because being at university and having essays to write, the equipment that they showed me makes it easier for me to see what I'm looking at, and it makes it easier for me to write things. I'm going to bring up one other thing that you brought up, because for anybody who finds this difficult, and yes, there will be some that do, what you said about when you died is 101% right, because I've had exactly the same thing, MJ. We don't necessarily see exactly the same picture, but it is so beautiful. It's so calm. All animals, everything live together. There is no difference. We don't need to know how to do anything. It's a very beautiful place to be. So when we're talking about, and I love the fact that you use meditation. I've got one more piece of ironing to do, and I was doing that this morning, one, because it's wet, and two, because my energy level with my knee at the moment is better in the mornings. But for anybody who's listening to this at a later time, you can do meditation in many ways, in many forms. You don't have to stop and sit down. I was still joining in with you, even though I was doing my ironing.
Of course.
It's actually, in some ways, it's more powerful, because our brains always think about more than one thing at a time.
I meditate when I'm driving now. It stops me.
Yeah.
It stops me getting cross.
It does. It's amazing. And if you find that that's difficult to do, if you use the Ho'oponopono words and place where you want to be, oh my God, is that powerful? That is so powerful. It's unbelievable. It's not about us. And I want to bring up one point here that I think is important for people to realise, that the only thing you can change is your outlook. You can lead by example, you can show someone, but never, ever, ever try to change their point of view or try to get them to fix to a certain point, because that'll always rebel against them and against you. It might, maybe if you've got children and it's a challenge, make that something difficult to do. But animals and children are very similar. And if I want Belle to do something, I've got to show her by example what she mustn't do. And that's the same with children. But we'll always try the boundaries. We always do. But colour is free. It's easy to use. It's easy to imagine. You can do so many things with it, you think of the plants that, there's colours that we produce in flowers. I can guarantee you that that colour has been produced naturally first. I'm a trained weaver and spinner, and part of what you learn in doing that is how to dye colours. And we can make natural colours, and that is much more calming to the universe and to you than to use in industrial colours because we put chemicals in them. But how we look at colour can really make a difference on how we see life and what we do with it and how we live it. So even on a wet day, go and look for some colour somewhere. You can find it. You can do that with gratitude to somebody as well. It doesn't matter whether you actually like what they're wearing, but you watch how that will make you feel by saying, oh, I like what you're wearing. I like that colour. Interviews in a job can be changed dramatically by the colour you wear. Research the company you're going to work for. Know what their colours are. I didn't know where I was going to end up after the fraud. Colour of where I live, dark lilac. That's the council's colour. I stopped dead in my tracks when I moved here. What? Now, I couldn't plan that. It is dark lilac.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm just going to finish with saying you can use colour to brighten your day in your home. And you can use it to brighten outside even on a dull day. I also wanted to, one thing I nearly forgot to mention is what you said about using lights. I realised when I was talking to one of the blind representatives that has come to see me to see what support I could have. She was surprised at the fact that I got lights going up my stairs. I got lights going up my stairs for two reasons. One, because my dining room can tend to be a little bit dark. And two, it helps me get up the stairs. But because they're multicoloured lights, I can change those lights to suit the mood I'm in. This morning, they're on a lilac-y colour. Yesterday, I had a yellowy colour. So there's all sorts of ways we can bring colour into our life. So enjoy colour. It really does boost your energy. And I'm going to hand over to someone else now. Because I've got one more piece of ironing to do.
Get your ironing done.
Yes,
Get your
Mum.
ironing done.
It's a duvet cover, and I don't like my bed with a duvet cover that's not ironed.
I don't. What colour is it?
It's actually white and beigey brown flowers.
Ooh, nice. I like you say. I've got colours like that. I like those colours. They're restful.
They are, yeah.
Yeah.
In the summer, I like a grey duvet because it makes the bed seem cool.
Cool. It does. It's true. It's true. That's why I like silvery coloured sheets because it makes me feel grey. They are, but they're like a silver grey, and they make me feel cool. I'm in a grey dress today with other colours, but it makes me feel comfortable. I feel comfortable. Grey can make me feel comfortable, like a silvery grey.
Yeah.
Restful.
Yeah, it is. And what colours you wear can change the energy of people around you. I know that might be so hard for some people to take, but
it's true.
Just don't look at it when you're out in a situation.
It is true.
That can change a situation.
It does. When I wear things, people get changed by it. I mean, I wear weird things, purple hats and all sorts, but people are brightened by the colours I wear. They are.
Yeah.
Even if they're laughing at me, I don't care.
Some people, Matt was talking about black. I had a friend, and she just couldn't accept colour. Her attitude was very negative, but I had to accept that was her. That was how she was here to learn about her life. And I think that's something sometimes we forget, that we're all here to learn something. Sometimes we know what it is and sometimes we don't.
That's weird because Ju's card today, the last one, was was a nightingale, and the card was inversed, and it said, "You already have the most incredible gift within you. You're just here to learn what it is. You need some.
Yeah.
You need to wait. This is the time for you to wait. This is your period of waiting. And any moment now, the most incredible gift is going to become known to you."
Yep. Yeah, it is, and I agree with what that card says. That's the energy I'm picking up from it.
Yeah. Well,
it's just up to you to keep an open mind on what that is, and that's a
right.
lesson for all of us.
It is a lesson for all of us, and you're a powerful lady, and I love you.
And I love you too, and I love everyone else in this room. It's fascinating how our subjects can bring the power of energy to each other and it out to the universe as well.
It is. You're my muse. You're not a musing, but you're one of my muses. I've got so many muses. I feel like I've got a muse farm. I'm a muse farmer as well as a goat herder. I'm a muse farmer. I don't know whether that's a thing, but it is now. I'm a farmer of muses. It's very amusing, whatever it is. You give me powerful energy. You give me intuition and insight and love and honor and honestly, I adore you.
I adore you too, and I adore everyone
So
else.
do I. I adore everyone else as well.
So much support, and that is one of the most powerful gifts you can ever have.
Being alone's not okay when you feel lonely, right? It's okay when you want to be, but when you're not, you need to be able to reach out and find people that genuinely love you.
You do. It's strange because I speak to a lady every Thursday, or pretty much every Thursday, unless she's busy or I'm doing something I have to do. And she's lonely, and yet she's in supported living. She's got a daughter that lives a mile up the road. I live somewhere where if Daniel doesn't come round, because now it's a bit more of a challenge for me to get out, I could go all day without seeing anybody or speaking to anybody. It is a mindset.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think it's about time I was quiet now.
You decide. I love you deciding when it's time. And it's James's time soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
I think you missed Terry.
Oh no, where is he? Oh no, how did that happen?
Your screen must be playing up.
How did that happen?
Sometimes juggling around.
Oh, that's not fair.
I'm sure I've not heard Terry after.
That's
after
not
Matt,
fair.
My screen could be wrong. So
No, it's mine.
Terry, have a word.
Terry, it's you, not him. I've let you down. I'm sorry. I love you. Are you there? Yeah. Hello. I'm sorry I let you down. You're in the wrong order on my screen.
I had a phone call when I come back to the room, it messed up the order.
Oh, that's okay then. I didn't do it wrong then. Oh, that's okay. Good. Hey, you okay?
Yes, good, thank you.
Was your phone call safe? Was it okay?
It's what, sorry?
Was your phone call all right? It wasn't anything? It was good?
Yeah,
okay?
no,
Good.
at the moment. I mean, obviously, I'll chat with you separately, but I had a test the other day, yesterday, and I got some good, some some bad news. But
okay. Well, you know where I am. I'm coaching from 10, so you're welcome to talk for the next 45 minutes when I've left here.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, I didn't really think much about this topic of colour, but actually, the more I just thought about it, the more it's got like it falls into place actually when you think about Christmas. You associate it with gold and red and green, and it's them colours that make you feel warm and happy and things like that.
Yeah.
Same as on a day like today, I get really depressed in the rain because I just get a bit sort of, you can't do anything, it ruins your plans. But actually, I quite like the autumnal colours. So the autumnal colours of your leaves and seeing different things. And so actually, if you take a different spin on it and look at it differently, then it helps, I think. But yeah, colour is very, got a lot of power behind it. And you know, exactly the reason why black is sort of funeral, sort of kind of,
Yeah.
you know, because it's that very dark, you know, meaning. And so yeah, it's quite fascinating actually listening to what everybody was saying, and I didn't really sort of think, you know, too much about colour until, you know, until it sort of actually, I'd say, made a bit more sense. So
Oh, thank you. That's powerful. I'm so glad that I brought new understanding or even new questions to your head.
yeah, no, exactly. It just yeah, it was fascinating. Like as I say, I didn't really, you know, I mean, I same as ironically when I was paramedic, green
Yeah,
is a colour of safety.
it is.
And actually never thought of that until just recently. I thought, oh, green. What does green sort of mean? And actually, when you look at it, green means, you know, what you always look for green parts on the beach that you're allowed to swim at and
Yeah,
stuff like that. So you remember, yeah. So it was
yeah.
quite fascinating to then realise that the uniform I was wearing was giving that, yeah,
Safety,
fascinating.
safety,
Yeah,
safety, and
exactly.
connection and harmony and connection to each other, because everything naturally is safe. Actually, everything
Yes.
naturally is safe. And you're right. We do have a universal color language, and I think we easily forget it, or we're easily sidelined to not remember it. And I think just noticing it is really helpful sometimes. I do. Thank you, Terry. Thank you for that. Glad to see you, and I'll speak to you soon. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, darling. James, you can come back now.
Morning, everyone. Wow, really enjoyed it. Oh, well, I've got an echo.
No, I
really
can't hear you.
enjoyed listening to everyone and about colours, because I'm looking out of my hotel balcony over the Irish Sea, and the tide appears to be coming in now. But it was a beautiful sea mist earlier, and you could hardly see the sand here in Blackpool. And last night they kicked off the Light Pool Festival, and it's just an array of beautiful, ever-changing, colourful lights up here on the illuminations. It's so beautiful, and I feel like this week I was illuminated on Wednesday when I had an induction, and then Thursday some more incredible people turned up at that local community cycle shop where I'm currently working, and then on Thursday some more incredible people. Some of the, I suppose you would call them the bigwigs. They didn't have any wigs on them, but they had some interesting avenues for my boss, the leader of the business, for him to cycle down over the next few months, because he's got a lot of there's a lot of development that's happening, and I feel like I've absolutely planted my my roots in the correct place. I don't feel I don't really feel like it's Halloween anymore for me, like it used to be at the last place where I worked, and that is really perfectly fine for me.
You don't need Halloween every day.
No, you don't need it every day. I've actually got a book of poetry in front of me by some Jeremy bloke and some Len guy. I can't quite make out what their last names are, but it's poetry for the many, a big red book, and it's got some interesting ones in it. But my poetry book is my badly written hand poetry book is at the side of it, and it makes me chuckle that things are moving so much brighter for me now, and by just stating where I was at when I was there and now where it's taken me to, I feel really blessed, and it's loads of really beautiful pastel colours in this room, sort of driftwood and really light creams and greys and light browns, but really a really delicate touch to the stains in this room, the colour, how they've layered all the light coloured timber, and there is a beautiful, and I didn't realise it till this morning, it's actually a fresh orchid that's in my room, because there's one in the pot of soil at the bottom of it, and it is it's been a long while since I've stayed in a hotel room that can offer a sea view like this with the with a fresh orchid in the balcony.
Amazing.
And I can hear the waves crashing in. This sofa is so deep.
Oh, wow.
There is a bit of road noise on the prom today,
Can
but
still hear it.
thankfully the trams are, and it's so beautiful. You've got all the people. There must be 30 or 40 people out walking their dogs, and I've seen a couple of joggers and cyclists, but that's just worked for me next week because my bike's not in Blackpool today. But I have repaired her sunflower ding dong, so I've got a few little accoutrements to deal with next week, and it's starting to get really good word of mouth now. The project that we're building with the cycle. In fact, I'm going to give you the sea noise again. I'll open the door, but I've loved where everyone's been this morning with the stories of colour, and Alexia with the patterns that she weaves, natural patterns that she weaves. It's beautiful, and yeah, I'm really thankful to be here, to be surrounded by these wonderful people in Clubhouse, and just to be looking out onto the Irish Sea. It's quite. It's not bracing. It's not even. It's so calm. And there goes the cyclist in his big yellow coat and a prom. But I'm going to end on that because I'm having just a refreshing weekend,
Good.
and then the work starts Monday once the train gets me back home. But
Oh,
yeah,
James,
it's
lovely
been a
to hear.
beautiful time, MJ.
It's all right. It's lovely to hear you taking some colour for yourself in your life after working so hard towards getting out of Halloween or Nightmare on Elm Street, as it might have been, and really into the Wizard of Oz, right? I think that the storm is over. I don't think there's going to be any more hurricanes or whirlwinds. I think the only whirlwind is going to be you on the up, moving forward and taking this to the next level, because you are next level, I'm telling you, just as Matt would say. So look, everyone, you've been in Belonging Business, and the reason that you've been here is because you belong. And it's all about business, whether business is in the day, in the weekday, at the weekend, or it's just in your heart. The business of being you is one colourful experience, okay? And if you don't know about colour, go learn. Go listen to the colour of your soul, because you'll know the colour you are. If you meditate, you'll know the colour that you see. If you meditate and keep meditating, even if you don't see colour today, you will see colour, and when you do, you'll know where that colour's coming from, because I've told you today. So look, when I close my eyes, I see violet. That's what I see. It's why my hair's purple. I realise now it's the violet colour I see. It's what I send out into the universe. It's what fills me. It's what I share. It's everything that I am. It's what I heal myself with. It's my colour. All the other colours are mine too. I just have a preference for purple. Just like a learning style, I have a learning style for my spiritual colour manifestation and use within the world. And colour is my colour. And I'm telling you that we are a rainbow together. I would imagine that when we all say what our favourite colour is, or the colour that comes to mind, they're all going to be really different, and they're all going to be collectively beautiful together. And maybe we should do a colour image. Vicky in Inclusion on Monday night, I think we should all tell Vicky what our colour is, and she will paint us an inclusion picture of colour of our psyche, and that which we hold. Inclusion is going to be just talking about colour on Monday night. We've got 3 subjects this week, and if you want to know what they are, come on Monday morning back to this house at 6 a.m. If you can get out of bed, well, not even out of bed, just open your phone, right? If you can open your phone at 6 o'clock on Monday morning, then get your backside in here, because, well, it's going to be exciting, and I'm going to keep you in suspenders, because actually there's nothing better than keeping somebody in suspenders until they get to share what it is. So if you want to know what's going on Monday morning, I suggest you pop in and see us, because, you know, why would I, if you weren't coming round my house, tell you what we were going to talk about? Well, I wouldn't, would you? So I'm not gonna. I'm just not gonna. And I'll see you on Monday morning if you want to come. And if you don't, then it's on replays. And if you don't want to come on Monday night to Inclusion, it's at 7 p.m, not 6 a.m, then don't. That's on replays. But then we sometimes go over to our YouTube channel, not YouTube channel, our Zoom channel, and therefore you might not get to be in on that. It's a bit more intimate, but that's okay. You don't need all the intimate stuff in the world. So come along on Monday at 6 and 7 in Inclusion on Monday night, and then we'll be back in Belonging in Business next Saturday at 8. It goes 6, 7 and 8 because it's easier for me if I just count upwards. I've been Mandy Jane, and it has been amazing. We've been talking about the power of colour and making our colour our intention and sending that intention into the world to heal everybody, so that we know that we're all together, because there is no separation, right? You are everything and everything is you, and all colour is light, and all light is energy, and all energy is everything we've ever been. So enjoy your colour today, because it is you. I love you all very much, and I'm gonna hang on. Oh, put my feet back down. I've been rolling in my Romeo, and end my stream. And then I'm going to say bye, and then